So if a promoter, a booking agent, a venue, or even another band asked you about your musical project and for some more information about it, would you be able to send that to them straight away, or would you be scrambling? In today's video, we're going to be talking about this magical thing called an electronic press kit, or EPK, that basically includes all the information about your musical project. Hey there, I'm Nick from 11 out of 10, and on this channel I teach you things about music marketing that I've implemented in my own projects, as well as other things that I've done just to improve my music overall. Let's get into today's video. So yes, the electronic press kit, or EPK. The structure of this video is fairly simple. We're going to cover exactly what an EPK is. I'm going to tell you why you need an EPK. I'm going to show you the essential ingredients to a very, very good EPK, some mistakes to avoid, and then a real example from my band, our old one that Dylan put together for us, the bass player in the band, legend. So first off, very straightforward. Let's talk about what an EPK actually is. So in short, it is your artist resume or your artist CV. Basically a clean, professional way to introduce yourself to other industry folks. Think press or venues, labels even, other bands. It's there besides your social media or your Spotify, just a one-stop shop for all of your information. And no, it's not usually a full website or link tree or even Instagram, as I said. It's just a focused, skimmable document that they can look over quickly and basically get to know everything, your highlights, pictures, vibe, sound, everything in one concise, coherent document or web page. Nice and easy. Now, why do you actually need this EPK? Well, every time someone asks you for some information about your musical project, you don't want to keep rewriting the same bio, including the same photos, just re-scrambling, going over things. It's better to just have one concise document that you can just say, hi, here is everything you need, and just send it over to them. Keep it nice and handy so that whenever anyone asks you, you can even send it on Instagram in a PDF or a link to a secret web page. It's really, really fast and basically gives them all the highlights that they need to know. And I can't emphasize this enough, that if you want to be taken seriously and land opportunities in this very, very competitive industry, having something like this that just shows that you're professional about your music is very important to do. It's a non-negotiable. Now, what do you actually include in your EPK? It generally covers all the questions that promoters or venues or other bands or labels would want to know about you. You're selling your best side. It's your resume, your artist CV. Essentials though, of course, a bio, okay, a few paragraphs max. You're going to keep this really tight, succinct. It's going to be focused, unique, and you're going to update this regularly. Of course, you need some photos, and I recommend at least 3 high-res photos that show off your best side or your band's best side. Try and keep them from a most recent photo shoot, and so the aesthetic looks consistent across. You don't want one from you like graduating and then another one of you in like a high-end music studio. You want to show your brand's vibe. Of course, you want to link to the music. In your PDF or web page, you can create some links that take people to your Spotify or YouTube or wherever you need them to go. And this is essential. You don't need to have MP3s, but have them ready to go in case radios often need them so that they can actually schedule you, put them into their programming. Videos, if you have done music videos or live video takes, again, you don't need to embed the entire video. It is possible if you're hosting it on a website, but if you're just creating a PDF, you can just create like a little clickable link within the PDF. I'll show you this at the end though. A few other things to include: press quotes. Perhaps you've sent stuff through to a curator before, or someone's written something nice to you about in the local newspaper or online, then include that. Trying to sell your best self over here. Any notable achievements? So maybe you've got a lot of streams on something, or you've opened for a very cool band, or you're on some big radio show or something. Anything that's gonna improve your worth, make sure to write it down, especially if you're new and just starting out. Anything that you can. Maybe you've worked with a very good producer or something like that. Be sure to write that in. And of course, very, very important, include your contact information and any links. Make it so easy for people to contact you, like be able to click on the email or take them straight to your Spotify or Instagram, wherever you want them to go. Just make it very, very clear. Now, these are the must-dos. Of course, there are a few mistakes that I've made and my band has made. We actually sent our EPK to this journalist and he told us to redo everything. He'd actually worked as a manager for someone else back in South Africa. So he did give us some good advice. And Dylan, our legendary bass player, he updated everything. And you're going to see how this looks in a second. But too much fluff, okay? You don't want to ramble on about every little thing that you've done. This is not your life history. It's a bit of your music musical history, but keep it tight, keep it to the point, and keep it recent, which leads to my next point. Outdated content. Okay, you don't want old bios from 2021. You don't want old photos from your graduation. You want it to look fresh. You want it to look neat. You want it to feel coherent and modern and like you want to be communicated as an artist right now. And of course, make sure that you've included all the information that I just spoke about. You don't want any missing information. You don't want them to come back to you being saying like, hey, who have you played with? Or can you send us a link to your music after you've already sent them your EPK? That should all be embedded into your EPK. All right, so we've gone through what it needs and what it doesn't need. Let's show you what it could look like. So we can do a real example from my band Year of Dogs. I'll take you to the actual EPK and here it is. So front cover, got a very cool picture of us and it says Year of Dogs electronic press kit from 2024. Yes, outdated, but we haven't really played anything since 2024. This is why. Straight into it, a little bit about us. So this is our bio. We have a nice opening line just encapsulating the sound and the vibe, where we're from. Another great picture. And then just some information in just 4 paragraphs, let's say 3.5. It's a sentence at the end over there. Just describing a bit more about us so that people can read and be like, aha, this is who Year of Dogs are. Next up, we have some clout pieces, what people have written about us in the press. And you can even see read here. Dylan very smartly made all of these links clickable. So of course, if no one's written anything about you, don't just make something up because yeah, they'll be able to find it. But if they have, as these nice outlets have very kindly written about Year of Dogs, include a link to it. So if people do want to explore more and see that you are fully legit, do that. So yeah, we've got our press stuff over here. Next up, some noteworthy performances. Yeah, we were very lucky to play with some pretty big acts back in South Africa and even on some radio stations. So including these people's names just gives bookers, agents, other bands, venues. It associates us, I suppose, with some important people in the industry. And hopefully you do the same thing. More about our releases. So here you can actually show some of your music off, maybe your best couple of tracks. I think these were our best performing songs at the time. At one point I could click on these, still I can't click on them anymore. I'm gonna have to report him. But yeah, in my own EPK, I can actually click on these too. And Dylan did once upon a time have these clickable. So I would make them clickable so that they could actually go straight through to your Spotify even. Again, music videos or live performances. Here we go. We can actually watch them. If we click over here, we've got the Moon Love official music video. You can just click through so people can just get all this stuff immediately as quickly as they want when they want it. And finally, how do they contact us? Again, got a nice cool photo of us. Got our email right at the top. Dylan's phone number, my phone number, and then at the bottom, all of these little icons are clickable. So you can go directly to our Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, but who uses Facebook anyways? I do for running ads. But yeah, this is exactly how your EPK should look. Not more than 5, 6, or 7 pages. Just nice and clear, to the point. Some people who read this get a good picture of who you are, and if it's really professionally done and the pictures look good and there are some notable achievements, then I think people will definitely take you more seriously. All right, well, that basically brings us to the end of our video, and I wanted to show you, I kind of made a mini, let's say a web page EPK for 11 out of 10 actually, which looks like this. It's our 11 out of 10 website. Kind of segues nicely from the whole topic, but yeah, we are obviously a little music marketing agency helping people like you grow, land playlist placements and help you with ads, that kind of thing. Our services, obviously, we're focusing on meta ads, YouTube ads, and playlisting. And I'd love to work with you one-on-one, or obviously learn from our videos over here. And if you need to step things up, then you can work with us directly. These are some of the friends that we've helped. Of course, we've had our own projects, and obviously you're here through YouTube, so you know that we're on YouTube. And yeah, if you want to get in touch, you know how to find us, but you can find us on the website. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you have any questions about EPKs or want to know if you should include a certain thing or leave a certain thing out, feel free to drop it in the comments and we'll definitely get back to you on that. But that is all for today. Until next time, goodbye.